Well, thank you again for taking time out to come chat with me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It's awesome.
So, what initially attracted you to the role in Jiu Jitsu?
Well, I thought it was really cool. I mean, when I first saw the comic book concept that Dimitri wrote, I thought number one, I thought the concept of the film was really cool. It was called Jiu Jitsu, which I thought, oh my God, what is this going to be? And then I read it, and I loved the story. And then, especially Jake's story, I thought it was a really cool story, very different than what I did in Kickboxer, completely different character in terms of his arc throughout the story. And then, I thought it would require more of me in terms of acting performance as well. And it was going to be different. So I thought that was cool. And then obviously doing a martial arts film with Dimitri, I knew it was going to be fun. I knew it was going to be good because he understands the genre. He knows what to deliver to the audience. And I know that no matter what, I would be in good hands. So right away I was in. And he wrote it for me, by the way. He wrote it for me. So there was no way I wasn't going to do it.
Were you a bit wary though, doing like a martial arts action sci-fi movie?
I wasn't at all. I thought it was original. I like, you know what? I like doing something that's new. I like doing something that's different. I like, being ballsy. I like taking risks. So to me, I looked at the format of this film and I'm like, you know what? It is a risk. You're doing something completely original. It's not a cookie cutter format of anything. You're just doing something that you think is fun and the audience might like. And I thought that's ballsy. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do it. I'm not afraid of that at all.
Was there much prep to get in shape for the role in Jiu Jitsu, or are you always ready?
I'm pretty much ready all the time. I train all year round. I never really stop. With both martial arts and fitness, they go hand in hand for me, right? To be able to perform a lot of the things I do, I need to be in peak condition. So I keep myself there. And usually in the next, I guess in the 4 weeks before we start shooting, I kind of go, I fix the diet. I make sure I trim down and I get ripped as much as I can. And, and I also focus my martial arts training towards the kind of movements I'm going to be performing in the film. In this case, a lot of jiu-jitsu, and obviously a mix of striking and everything else, but I kind of give myself a training routine that will allow me to practice and perfect all these movements I have to perform.
So working alongside such a big cast, what was it like? Because you got the likes of Frank Grillo, Nic Cage, Juju, Tony. It's unreal. It's like the
It's unreal.
Expendables of martial arts.
Yeah, it's unreal, man. I feel blessed. I feel lucky. I mean, Dimitri put this incredible cast together for this film for jiu-jitsu. So, I mean, everybody kind of came in stages, right? You never know. It wasn't right away, okay, here's our cast. It was like all of a sudden we have, Tony that's on. Then we have Frank. And then we have Maria Avdropoulos. Then we have Juju Chan. They were all attached to the film. And then he was working on something. All of a sudden, oh, Nic Cage loves the script. And it's like, what? Excuse me? And yeah, and then finally we made a deal, and Nic Cage is going to be in the film opposite you, starring. I mean, I thought that was. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. What is that? That's unreal. That's I watched Gone in 60 Seconds, so I watched Face Off. I'm going to be on screen with Nicolas Cage. No, come on, really? It's nuts. And then Frank, I like Frank from a lot of his previous films. I watched Kingdom. I thought that was brilliant. So same with Marie. I was a fan of The 100. Saw Maria Avdropoulos, and I didn't know Juju Chan. I didn't know who she was yet. And all of a sudden, when Dimitri told me about her, I saw her work, and I'm like, man, she can totally kick ass. Like, it's awesome. She's such an amazing martial artist. And then, as a super martial arts geek and nerd, add in Tony Jaa, and like, what? Come on. No, really? And then, it's yeah, it's a dream come true. There's no really other way to put it. It's a dream come true.
You were lucky enough as well to go toe to toe with Nic Cage, weren't you?
Yeah, I had fun. That was I brought him into my world for a minute there. That was I thought it was cool because as an actor, I feel like I'm in his world. Like, and obviously it's my third film, and I feel so much better now than I did when I did Kickboxer Vengeance. Obviously, I approach it in a different way, and I feel like an actor like Nick, a seasoned actor like him, can only elevate me, right? So being on set with him, I look at him and I'm like, oh my God, he's mesmerizing. He's very intriguing all the time. So it allows you to deliver. when we get into the fight world, all of a sudden I pull him into my world, my realm. This is like where I dominate, you know? So it was cool. And it was an incredible collaboration because he enjoyed doing it. And he felt, I think from what I understand, he felt very, very comfortable performing with me. Always felt very safe to do it, which gave him a lot of confidence in his movements, you know? And I think that chemistry that we had on set really came through.
Is there plans to franchise Jiu-Jitsu?
You know, I hear rumors. I hear all kinds of stuff. I mean, I hear Paramount liked it so much they wanted a sequel. And, you know, it's been talked about by many distributors already. So, you know, I've known Dimitri for a long time. He's not usually just a one and done kind of person. You know, usually when he created jiu-jitsu in this little universe he wanted to do, I think he always had in the back of his mind that this could definitely launch a franchise. And when I spoke to him last about, you know, when he told me Paramount had mentioned they wanted the sequel, he's like, right away, you know, you heard the tone in his mind. I'm like, you already knew this. You knew where you were going with this. I was like, so what's going to be the sequel? It's like, I'll let you know soon. And I'm like, this has been going in his mind for a while. Stop. Like, I know you already knew this. So I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Well, anyone who knows movies knows the obvious. Come the end of the film, you beat the villain's ass.
Yeah.
Hands down. So which makes you the ultimate jiu-jitsu fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one can't be called jiu-jitsu, but then it can't be called kickboxer.
Nope.
So would it be another jiu-jitsu, or would it be like another form of martial art?
Oh, I don't know. You know what? No, I'd probably think it'd be jiu-jitsu, something else. It might be, you know, if I don't know, if it were me, there's no title right now or anything, right? I don't know. Dimitri's not the kind of just to put jiu-jitsu too. I don't know. He'd say jiu-jitsu. There'd be something else. There'd be like something to go with it to kind of give it some meaning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it'd be cool. It'd be relevant too. I mean, where do we go from here? Now we were really restricted to the small area where Brax was running after us, you know, in Burma, but all of a sudden now it opens up the world. So Jake knows exactly who he is and what he's become. He understands that, you know, everything about Wiley and the people that surrounded him. So where does Jake go from here? Does he go back to where he came from, where he was training? Like, where does he go from here? That's number one. Number two, Brax's world. What's going to happen there? Are we going to explore Brax's world? Is he going to send more on this side? Who knows? Now we're going to explore even more about that world and answer questions I think that a lot of people might be asking themselves that aren't explained in the first film. And that's actually on purpose. So, I mean, there's so many places to go. And this is just me spitballing, by the way. Who knows when, again, Dimitri could come up with something completely different or a combination of. We'll see.
Everyone is curious. Will you be shooting Kickboxer Armageddon anytime soon?
2021. It's in the plan. Yeah, it's slated in our plans. Like 2021, we want to shoot Kickboxer Armageddon. Can't wait. And right now, we're already starting to look at who we're going to pull into this film. You know, I fought a big guy, Dave Bautista, actually. I spoke to Dave recently, and he can't wait to see jiu-jitsu. And which was really cool. He says, Alain, what's been going on? I told him. He's like, oh, when does it come out? I said, on the 20th. I'm watching it. That's awesome. So then we fought the biggest and strongest man. Like that's done. You can't go bigger than the mountain or stronger than the mountain. It doesn't exist. It's not in this world.
No.
So where do you go from here? And I thought, like, we'll see where it goes. But what I want to see Kurt Sloan, the person I want to see Kurt Sloan fight is the ultimate martial artist, is his equal, is the person, his mirror image. Who does he fight, right? And that's the person, the ultimate warrior that he has to conquer. And I think that's going to be really cool. The person that maybe he can't even beat because there's no way to beat him because he's that good. Who knows, right? So to me, that I want to see this martial arts spectacle in the next Kickboxer. And that's what we're working on right now because we want to push it to where it's never been before.
Would it be something like like Bruce Lee's original Game of Death. I know you know I think it's like the pagoda thing. So you
Hmm?
just go through, chomping your way through till you come against the best.
Who knows? We'll see. I can't give it away. I've seen the script. There's a script. I can't. I don't want to listen. I can tell you some stuff, but I can't go too far. Then I'll give it away too soon. I'd rather you see it in the
Yeah,
trailer.
you need to get Scott Adkins involved.
Man, I've been talking to Scott about some stuff. That's a little spoiler. I'm not saying it's about kickboxer, but I've been talking to Scott. We've been talking back and forth. So we'll see what comes up. I would love to work with Scott. That's definitely one of my goals. It's not what I hope for. It's a goal. So yeah, Scott and I have been going back and forth, just having a chat. So we'll see where that goes in the next year.
So after Jiu Jitsu, what can we expect next from you?
Well, we have Man of War, which is we're about to film in the early next year. Dimitri's actually in Cyprus right now prepping that film. It's going to be a really cool film. It's written by Gary Scott Thomas, who wrote Fast and Furious. Gary Scott Thompson. It's a really, really cool film, action film. I do not play the lead. I play another character, really cool character in the movie. And I can't say much more than that, but it's definitely memorable. So it's going to be cool. And then I also, because of my collaboration in Jiu Jitsu, Dimitri mentored me into second unit directing. And he offered me to second unit direct for Man of War as well. So I think that's really cool. That's where I want to bring my career as well. I want to make sure that I kind of open myself up to directing, and I think it's going to make me an even better actor by doing that. So definitely it's going to be a cool experience. And then there's Kickboxer, again, that's next on the list. And I cannot wait to be doing that. I want to go back into Kurt Sloan now. That mode is going to be cool, and we're going to take Kurt Sloan somewhere he's never been before. Definitely, everybody's going to be like, what is going on here? So I can't wait.
And finally, for people that have watched this and they're wondering what Jiu Jitsu is about, if you were to explain to someone in a couple of words what Jiu Jitsu was all about, how would you describe it?
Couple of words, eh?
Sentences.
Yeah. No, I wanted to get something catchy. Obviously, there's so many catchy ways to describe it. Imagine it's like if you describe it as Predator meets Mortal Kombat, all in one jumble with Nic Cage acting crazy. I mean, what else do you want? It's pretty cool. But no, it's I think it's Jiu-Jitsu is a cool thrill ride. It's an amazing, fun action movie where a bunch of characters, a bunch of Jiu-Jitsu fighters get to fight this alien that comes in to test their skills. And inject in there an A-list actors with A-list martial artists and mix it all up in a blender and see what happens, and that's where we're going. It's a fun, thrilling ride.
All right, Anne, thank you so much for your time. It was awesome speaking to you again.
Cool. Well, great talking to you, and I hope we'll talk again after when we take on the next movie.
Definitely. Keep in touch and let me know any updates on Kickboxer or Jiu Jitsu too.
Sounds good. Perfect. We'll do.
All right. Thanks very much, Alain.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. See you again. Bye.